Deep ball to the middle to Lamb.
Wherever the ball goes, I'm confident when it leaves my hand that it's going to be called and the play's going to be made.
35 broke away, left side 20. Walk your dog, right on in. Welcome back, CeeDee Lamb, 74 yards. Play fake, boot right, throws it out to the right. Ferguson.
The guy is a touchdown machine.
Injuries are not the reason that we lost.
Flushed out by Odigizua.
Dallas beat us, and we beat ourselves as well.
Throws it away, it's intercepted. He threw up a duck. Here comes Bland down the sideline. It's a pick six.
Who knows what we can accomplish? Like, the sky is the limit.
Oh, CeeDee Lamb returned from his 3-game absence with a splash. The highlight of the game was a 74-yard catch and run that went for a touchdown. He finished as the Cowboys' leading receiver in their win with 5 catches and 110 yards. Meanwhile, Rashee Rice was on the field for the first time this season after serving his 6-game suspension. He caught 2 touchdowns in the Chiefs' 31-0 rout of the Raiders. Here's Rice and Patrick Mahomes on the receivers' return.
It meant everything just to be able to come out here and be back in my natural habitat, my natural environment around my brothers like that, man. It's nothing but great energy. We having fun out here.
We have a lot of weapons. We have a lot of guys, and they all love each other, and they all want each other to succeed. You don't know where it's coming from, and so guys are just ready to go out there, and when they get their opportunity, they're going to make the plays. And you saw that throughout the entire game. Everybody made plays, and as long as we're getting better all together, we can go out there and have a lot of success.
Oh, it's getting spooky out there in Kansas City with that offense. Chris, I'll start with you. Who had the more impactful return, though, CeeDee Lamb or Rashee Rice?
I'm going to say Rashee Rice because the Kansas City Chiefs didn't have a bona fide number 1 receiver until he showed up yesterday. And you saw the ease at which he was able to get acclimated to the offense. And Cam, I don't want to speak for all quarterbacks, but it's got to be a good feeling for Patrick Mahomes knowing that he can raise up and throw a fade to Rashee Rice, a 50-50 ball, and that his guys got a better than 50-50 chance of being able to make a play on it. They didn't have that element in that offense, right? Travis Kelce is not the same receiver that we knew him to be once upon a time. Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy, those guys are good football players, but they're not guys that dictate front and coverage every single down. I think Rashee Rice has the opportunity to be that for this Kansas City Chiefs offense. And conversely, with the Dallas Cowboys, as good as CeeDee Lamb is, and I think he's a top 5 player at the position, you still got 2 receivers on that team that both have 6 receiving touchdowns tied for the league in Jake Ferguson and George Pickens. So you've got guys that are animals that can be difference makers outside of CeeDee down in Dallas. I don't know that they quite have that in KC.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Rashee Rice, and for a couple reasons. Number one, they don't have a receiver like him. Think about what the receivers that they have between Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy. They're a smaller, more speed type guy. Rashee Rice is more of an intermediate possession, guy that can go up and get 50-50 type balls. And I think what he does for Kansas City offensively, he slots everyone else into the position that they're probably most comfortable being. He's the alpha. He's the number 1. Well, guess what? Now, he's back. Hollywood Brown, he becomes better being, the number 2, or Xavier Worthy, whatever way you want to look at those guys in the pecking order. And so clearly you saw yesterday, they were force-feeding the ball to Rashee Rice. I think he had 10 targets yesterday. They were clearly trying to get him acclimated in the offense, and they're only going to be even more explosive as he continues to build within this offense.
Cam, what about you?
Hogwash. You y'all know it's hogwash. The Las Vegas, they was going against the Las Vegas Raiders, and those guys Not to take anything away. Hold on. Not to take anything away, and I'm glad I got y'all crunk up, but I'm looking for one person, and this message is directed to one person and one person only. Stephen Alfont. No, it ain't that. Stephen Albert. No, it's not that. Stephen Alcatraz. No, it ain't that. Stephen Anthony, where are you? Because this message is directed to you. CeeDee Lamb came back to the Dallas Cowboys, and you would have thought Oprah Winfrey was on the field because you make a play, you make a play, you make a play. Everybody was making plays. And the biggest question leading up into this was, how would CeeDee Lamb's impact make a difference for the Cowboys. And when I tell you George Pickens raised his level of play even higher, making even awesome catches left and right, it's like, oh my goodness, this is the most excited team in the NFL, and nobody wants to accept the fact, and it's evident, Stephen Anthony. So wherever you are, my brother, you're going to have to be able to agree to this particular point. The Cowboys looked amazing yesterday, thanks to CeeDee Lamb's comeback.
Look, Stephen
I still want to know.
I
want to know. Maybe Cam can answer this. Who's really the number one in Dallas? Because I'm going to tell you this. George Pickens has looked every bit the number one.
Animal.
Every bit the number one as CeeDee Lamb in that offense, which is a great problem to have if you're Dak Prescott right now.
This is a great problem to have, and Daquavius said it best. Anytime the ball leaves his hands, he has full confidence that it's going to be caught. And when you have George Pickens and when you have CD, this is a same situation that they have in Philly. Do you tell George Pickens he's a number two? Do you tell CeeDee Lamb he's a number two? Not a lot of quarterbacks have ever had this type of recipe when you look to your right and you look to your left and you got two number ones. That's amazing to have. So that problem in Dallas, it's not even a problem. It's for Jerry Jacoby to literally say, I can't mess this up this year, and I have to get somebody on the defense that can give our offense as many opportunities as they need. Because if the Dallas Cowboys can find a way to give their Dallas offense an opportunity more times than not, I don't think the league is ready for what's going to come from that.
Cameron Jarrell Newton.
The government name.
You just undermined your own argument. You just talked about how great George Pickens is not knowing who the number one receiver is in Dallas. You just undermined it. You said that CeeDee Lamb's return was more impactful than Rashee Rice's return. We acknowledge that the Dallas Cowboys have really talented pass catchers, plural. When we look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they've got good players at the receiver position, but there's only one number one receiver, and that's Rashee Rice. And that's why when we start judging which one is the more impactful, we got to go with the guy in Kansas City. We got to roll with number 4. And then just to take it a step further, when it comes to what we project these two teams out to be, we all know it's Super Bowl or bust every single year for the Kansas City Chiefs. Adding Rashee Rice back to this team after a 13-game absence moves KC that much closer to being able to get back to where we're accustomed to them seeing them. A couple of weeks ago when they lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars, everybody was questioning whether or not this team had what it took in order to win the division and get back to the Super Bowl. Ain't nobody questioning that now after we've seen this offense with Rashee Rice back in the fold.
Chris Canty? Well, let me dig in my bag real quick.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Chris Lorenzo? You're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. Because for these facts to be true, I started this discussion by saying hogwash. If you had Rashee Rice come back to a game to be played, that was a glorified homecoming game. That was a glorified jamboree game. They played one of the worst teams in the NFL in the Las Vegas Raiders. That ain't nothing to really kind of gauge real good competition off of, brother. That's all I'm telling you. So if you're talking about the more impact in their return, everybody was excited to see how CD was going to do, and he did not disappoint. We knew that the Kansas City Chiefs was going to win. We just needed to know who was going to be the difference maker in their win. It doesn't come by no surprise that Rashee Rice had the game that he had. But when I'm looking at the stat line, he had 42 yards. Whoop-dee-doo. And then he had a touchdown on the top.
Cameron Jarrell, I'm not going to let you be intellectually disingenuous on this show because you know it's not just about the box score. It's not just about the raw numbers. It's the impact that the player has on everybody else. And let me tell you something. When your team has 10 times the amount of first downs as the other team, when you got 30 first downs in a game, You got to give some respect to that offense. And the biggest difference that we saw in that offense, week over week, what we've seen in that offense in the first 6 games versus what we got yesterday was Rashee Rice being back on the field.
ahead,
I will say this. The Kansas City Chiefs had 30 first downs.
30.
You know how many plays the Raiders play? How many snaps they had?
I
30 plays.
I watched that game. I watched that game, so yes, I know. Look, we're talking about high-power offenses. I want to get this in really quickly, though, Chris. Which offense is better right now when you take a look at it? Is it Dallas or is it Kansas City?
Oh, I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm not going to be disrespectful to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
It's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I ain't crazy. Cameron Jarrell, I ain't crazy now. I know what it is. There's a reason why Vegas has Patrick Mahomes as the MVP frontrunner right now. Listen, Patrick Mahomes, good at football, confirmed. Even better when he got Rashee Rice on the field with him. This is the first time. Yesterday was the first time that we actually saw Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Hollywood Brown on the field at the same time since they signed them guys in 2024. It's the first time we saw it, and guess what? It actually works. Brett Veach, the general manager, good at his job. Confirmed. What they envisioned in terms of that receiving core actually works. But what we saw yesterday, it's clear that Rashee Rice is the linchpin to make it all work.
See. Let me say,
Look.
Cameron Jarrell, I'm going to actually ride with you on this, my brother.
Ooh.
I'm going to ride with you on this. See, because here's the thing. See, there's no. See, what you don't understand, that Dak Prescott and this offense, this is one of the best offenses that we've seen in quite some time. Like, let's not make light of what the Dallas Cowboys are doing offensively right now in the National Football League. This is a championship offense that we have going on right now. Dak Prescott has the best QBR since Lamar Jackson in his 2019 unanimous season. The weapons that they have at their disposal right now. See, look, who would I pick head-to-head? I'm not going to disrespect Patrick Mahomes, but that don't mean that the Dallas Cowboys aren't better offensively than the Kansas City Chiefs right now. Because I'm going to tell you what's the separator here. We talk about the quarterback, we talk about the wide receiver, but you know the Dallas Cowboys do better than the Chiefs? They run the football better. They run the football better than the Kansas City Chiefs right now.
Damian Michael Woodard.
Oh, he done searched up my.
Now see now. You know you done messed up, right? You know you done messed up. Because what you said was the Dallas Cowboys have a championship caliber offense.
Yeah, they do.
The inference there is that Kansas City's offense is not championship caliber. Is that what you're saying here today?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is the Dallas Cowboys have a better offense, in my opinion. They have a more diverse offense.
More diverse, but you said championship offense.
They do have a championship offense.
That the Chiefs don't have a championship
offense. I didn't say that.
But see, that's
I didn't say that.
Because everybody keeps trying to save themselves by saying, you know what, I'm not going to disrespect the Chiefs offense.
Yeah,
everybody keeps, I'm just saying that everybody keeps sliding that back in.
Cam, make some sense, brother. Come on.
You know you done messed up, right, Chris Lorenzo? Yeah, I'm telling you what you done did. You done dug yourself a ditch and you about to step right on in it. Why? Because you said Vegas odds got Patrick Mahomes as the leader for MVP. That's when you lost me right there. Because in Vegas, what casino you going to? You ain't going to the Bellagio. You ain't going to the Fontainebleau. You ain't going to Caesar's Palace. You must be going to one of them rinky-dink casinos off the strip, because that definitely ain't one of them. Now, when you're talking about the most exciting or the better offenses right now, disrespect or not, the Dallas Cowboys have been able to produce the excitement we ain't never seen, them have in recent years. And that's because of Daquavius. Daquavius has really been able to muster up the gall to say, hold on. You mean to tell me I just have to dish and distribute? You mean to tell me I just have to protect the football? You mean to tell me that I got to just give guys opportunities and chances to make plays? We call them, I got two chance men. And now with the addition to a good chance man, where you now bring back CeeDee Lamb, what you say is a chance man? Chance man, chance man, yeah, that's him. Just give him a chance, man, and he gonna come down with the ball. You can't say that consistently with the Kansas City Chiefs. Not right now. Now, when you get me to play, or you get the Kansas City Chiefs to play somebody else outside of the Las Vegas Raiders, and then we'll have a different discussion. But up until this point right now, week 6, I'm gonna say one last thing.
Go ahead.
Dak is doing all this with multiple starting linemen not even playing for the Cowboys. Think about that. Think of how on fire the Dallas Cowboys been on offense with multiple starting linemen out for the Cowboys. Come on. Why are you disrespecting?
Chris. I'm gonna stand with you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna stand with you.
Cowboys can run.
Well, we know why.
I mean, Cowboys can run the ball better than the Chiefs. They had the same amount of yards rushing yesterday.
I'm just saying.
Help me make sense of it all.
You know what? Speak to me in the postseason because it's getting spooky out there in Kansas City. Stephen A. Smith is watching. Let's take a look at this tweet right there. He says, I'm right here with Cam. I'm right here watching you on First Take, and I'll be damned if I'm agreeing with that. I guess he's talking about the Cowboys. I'll see y'all next week. No worries. That was the Commanders that were playing. Let's calm down. You hear that, Cam? He said, let's just bring it down just a little bit.
So how can we give Stephen Anthony an out by him saying they played the Commanders when I just sit up here and told Chris Lorenzo hogwash in the team that they played in Las Vegas Raiders? I mean, come on, Stephen. Wherever you are, you better bring your lunch pail to work, buddy, because I'm going to give you the big blues. You dig what I'm saying? And you know I'm right.
Bring your lunch pail to work. All right, let's take a break here on First Take. Drake May with another great performance on Sunday. How the Patriots proved they can really make noise in the AFC. And Micah